Hi everybody, this is Alchemist 2 and I'm back again with another movie review. As promised, I went to go and see the Avengers at my local cinema, and despite cramped seats, it did not matter whatsoever. I think, IMHO, that this particular film in the franchise of Marvel's comic book characters is the best of all the Marvel movies that have been made thus far. Yes, I think it's that good. It is splendidly written, fabulously casted. The dialogue is very clever and it's very sparkling. The characters have absolutely phenomenal chemistry with each other, whether it would be coming to loggerheads with each other over certain issues that are occurring. I'm not going to say what those are, or coming to consensus. And it's a very intriguing film, and it's quite multi-layered. But from Thor, Loki returns, and I know that's a small spoiler, but he is the villain in this entire scheme. And the plot is he's using this cube of inexhaustible energy known as the Tesseract. And the Tesseract, it gives you the idea that it is sentient energy, which I thought, whoa. Now we're getting into physics. Really deep quantum physics. And I love it. I absolutely adore it. But I'm watching this and I'm just absolutely eating everything up. It is nothing short of exceptional. I mean, the CGI just knocked my sandals off. I was just blown out of the water. Um, you think that having all those characters in one place would be overkill. It's not. They mesh really well together, and how they're all brought together is a little bit more complicated than one might think. But in the end, you're given the moral of teamwork rather than selfishness and being conceited and being one-minded about taking on a task together and uniting for a cause, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. I just thought that was completely spectacular. I just loved it, loved it, loved it. Every single solitary minute. I loved it. And I give it 5 stars, two thumbs way, way up. Blast them out of here, up into the cosmos, send off supernovas. It was truly astronomically great, and I adored it. I just can't state how much I love this movie. And of course, my favorite Avenger is Iron Man. I have a thing for men with big intellects. I thought my mind was going to go elsewhere, didn't you? Get your mind out of the gutter. But I've always loved him, and the fact that he came off less sarcastic in this one, which I really liked. It was more um, witty, but it was still kind of satirical wit and wry humor, which he executes so incredibly well. That kind of debonair sparkle he has, and he's charismatic, and that's what I like about his character. Other than the fact that he has blinding intelligence and just he's a genius. Um, I really liked Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow. Not only was she smoldering, smoking hot, but she kicked much butt and took many names. And there was one line in there that I think people didn't quite think was amusing. I thought it was amusing, knowing Russians and the whole Russian demeanor when she said, "Well, I'm not going to weep over that much. I am Russian," and I giggled at that. I thought, yeah, that's true. There's truth to that because the Russians, they don't like admitting to having emotions or even weeping. This is like in the news. Vladimir Putin said that he had something in his eye when he was crying. So yeah, there's truth to that, and I thought that they executed that quite well without being politically incorrect. I loved all the characters. Hawkeye was flawless. Captain America, as usual, adore Captain America. I've always had a soft spot for him just because I'm got some patriotism. Of course, the Hulk was awesome. Uh, the only thing that I didn't really have any nags. There were absolutely no nags, and Stan Lee, he was just. He was so funny. I was the only person who actually noticed that he was in it. Again, he usually shows up as a cameo, as he usually does, which I think is really, really cool because it's great when a person like that can, make fun of himself and not take himself too seriously. Because if people take themselves too seriously, then it just it reveals his true character, which I think. I mean, I have so much respect for this man because of the fact that he's willing to kind of poke fun at himself and you know have a kind of joking attitude about everything, and he just seems like such a down to earth guy, and just it would be such an honor to meet him in person. I think he's just so awesome. He's so cool. He's wicked, wicked, wicked awesome. Um, Other than that, Stanley is boss. Let me just put that out there. Stick around till the end credits. They actually put in the snippet at the end, and I'm not gonna say what happens, but it just leaves you thinking. And I thought, of course, I already knew about a sequel because I had read it on Dark Horizons, and I had thought, yeah, this is such a successful franchise. They would be fools not to milk the cash cow for all it is worth and avoid making a threequel. I mean, threequels are usually the death of a series, as we saw in Spider-Man, which really disappointed me. But this did not fail to deliver, and there was quite a bit that was discussed, and I love the banter and the discussions, especially the discussions that Bruce Banner and Tony Stark had. This is my favorite part of the whole film, just to see them geeking out with each other. I just thought that was totally righteous, and it was just so neat. So if you're a fan of comic book characters, even if you're not a Marvel fan, I think you're gonna like this because it's just astonishing. There's just nothing wrong with it, and you get so involved with it, and it also actually pulls at your heartstrings too. I'm not gonna say what scene it is. It's near the end of the movie, but it got me being an Iron Man fan. It got me a little bit overclamped. But as far as movies go, I think this is the best that summer has to offer so far. Of course, I don't know if anything will beat it out yet, but I have yet to judge that fact, but I really do think that this is the best action adventure film I have seen in years, and I just have to say it. This is nothing short of epic. It truly is just amazing and magnificent. It's marvelous to quote on the the franchise, punnage, woo. But I absolutely adored it, and I was severely entertained by it, and utterly dazzled, and bemused by the entirety of it. And I just thought it was nothing short of just gloriously done, just fantastic. I can't say I can't give enough superlatives for this great work of art here. I mean, I can't. It would take me for eternity. So I'm not going to bore you with it. This is the best movie of the summer thus far. Punto. So go see it now. If you can see it at your local theater for a cheaper price, do it. Don't bother seeing it in 3D. It's just a ploy to get your money. Yeah, don't tell them I told you that. But seeing it in just regular 2D is worth it anyway because it just of the characters and the casting and the plot and everything else involved and the moral, of course, the moral is the main thrust. It is the vehicle that binds everything together, basically. But that being said, and if you're a fan, go see it. You will not be disappointed. I guarantee you this. Excelsior!